What's up, everybody? It's your favorite knight's third favorite knight, Admiral Alaric the Dashing, and I want to teach you how to fight. So let's talk today about baits and feints, all right? So if we think back to the video and my other thoughts on basic guards, okay, I'm going to re-provide one of my definitions here, okay? So a lane, okay? A lane is the trajectory that path that your sword can follow to strike your opponent, right? No matter where it is, this is a lane, that's a lane, this is a lane, this is a lane, this is a lane, okay? And your guard should be cutting off at least one or two lanes automatically, right? That way, it's a good guard. Now, what that does in cutting off lanes is it leaves other lanes open to attack. So if my guard sits like this, right, where can you hit me, boxer? Yes, you have to strike on a lower lane, right? If my guard is like this, where can you strike me? Yes, you have to come down like an inside lane because my stuff is right in the way, okay? So if I'm sitting like this, yeah, you have to go that way, okay? We can use that function to generate predictability out of our opponents, right? So, and then because we have made them more predictable, we get to react very effectively and efficiently to the actions they're about to take, okay? So we can dictate what action they are going to take in the turn order. Remember turn order? If you don't remember turn order, go back to the other video. Okay, so if I'm in a fight with Boxer, okay, now I know Boxer, he has pretty good, decent, disciplined shots, and I know he likes to stab, okay? Excuse me, Mithrandir, that's his Amtgard name. Either one's fine. Okay, great. So I don't really want this lane that points to my belly open because he will just stab me if it's open enough for him. He will just do it, right? So if I cut that off, right, I know that he's probably not going to stab, right? I stand like this, it cuts off that lane, okay? He's going to throw something up here. And because I know he's going to do that, right, when he goes to do it, I can block and then strike. And because I am, come back to this position, now because I am in an advantaged position, I can strike. I can strike and I can disrespect
the other strike.
I can disrespect the turn order. Yeah. All right. And so now because I can disrespect the turn order, I do, and I win the fight. Right. Okay. So that is what a bait is. All right. And you can bait any lane. You can bait any lane. The key is you just need to be ready for what your opponent is most likely to do when that's happening. Right. So if we come back here, if I'm doing this, I know he can only throw towards like this area. Oh, so he throws there. I have blocked. I'm in an advantage position. I win the fight. Okay? So now, what do you do when your opponent is baiting you a lot? And the answer is a feint. A feint is a very good answer for that. What is a feint? A feint is when I fake a shot I'm going to throw, right? So if I go, and my opponent reacts to it, see how he has reacted to it? And that is going to open up a lane for me so I can get into an advantaged position, disrespect the turn order, and win the fight. Okay? So that is especially good against people who want to bait you because they are already wired to when you go to throw, how to feint is you indicate that you're going to throw somewhere where your opponent's really open, okay? And then you act after they react, okay? Because, so if I am baiting low and Boxer feints like he's gonna chop me up here, right? You're faking it, right? He fakes it. I'm already reacting. Oh, and I get hit on this side because he sprung the trap, right? He saw the trap, he sprung it, and then decided to do something else because the trap didn't actually catch him. And that's how feints work. Now, if you can use feints from neutral positions as well. So if we are in this really cool neutral position where we can block strike at each other's forearms, but not really at each other's torsos, don't take anything that you get hit with here incidentally, right? We're in this position, okay? I can still throw a feint, right? And if he reacts, he didn't react to it that time. But if I throw this feint from this neutral position and he reacts, now I can use it to generate advantage still, okay? So take a step back for me. All right. So once again, we're in this nice neutral position. We're just tippy tapping at each other from a mile away, right? And I do something like I'm gonna pretend I'm gonna throw over here, okay? Where I'm gonna be like, and he didn't actually bite on the feint, but he did put himself in a position because I faked to get hit. Now, what happens if your feints aren't working? The reason feints don't work sometimes is either the inexperience of your opponent, or your opponent doesn't actually feel threatened. So if we're way out here, right? I'm out here doing this, okay? I go to feint, right? So we're guard up, okay? Yeah! He doesn't bite on it. Why doesn't he bite on it? There's no threat there. Because of distance. Now, if we come closer, okay, and now I'm actually in a threatening position, but if I've never thrown over here, if I've just literally never thrown this, why would he bite on the feint, right? If I'm like, ha, ha, all the time, he doesn't need to bite on it. He doesn't need to bite on it. He doesn't need to bite on the feint because why would he? There's no point. He knows that nothing's coming. So I need to train him. I need to train my opponent into thinking that that shot can come and that it's an actual threat. Because even if I do throw it, but every time I throw it, I whiff, right? If I'm like, yeah, and you're not in any threat here, so don't even move, right? So if I'm just like, yeah, and then I go, oh, okay, right, great, yeah, all right, great, okay, yeah. All right, and now I'm gonna feint it, right? I'm gonna go, ha! He's not gonna bite on it. He doesn't bite on it at all because there's no threat. So I need to make sure he knows that it's threatening, all right? Are you good there?
Yeah.
Okay, so if he's guards up, okay, and we've been ditching today, right? And I go, bah! Okay, I hit that, all right? Guard up, we're having another fight, okay? And then, bah! All right? He knows I can hit that. Okay, he knows that when I do that, he can get hit. So he starts to recognize the signs. Okay, and so now, he bit on the feint. That was a really good way, though, by counter punching. We'll talk about counter punching in another video, but that right there is a good idea. But the point is,
just seeing if I could get something.
Yes, right, and that comes back to another video we filmed today. So. The point is, I have trained him, right, to be worried about that because if he gets hit with it a couple of times, or at least when I throw it, it's threatening, he knows that he needs to react to it. Okay, so, sorry, I ran out of breath. Okay, so if we're squared up and he knows I can hit this wrap, right, then I can hit this, right, then he knows he needs to block it, and because of that, I can use that to change angles, right? Or even funnier, and here's a slightly more advanced idea, okay? And this comes back to the tempo idea, okay? Is that I feint it, and then he goes to block, but then he resets, and then I finish it. And that's hilarious. Anyways, that's today's video. We filmed 3 videos today, actually, so it's more than today's video. So if you have questions, leave them in the comments. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and have a great day.